Don Brock and I have been friends since the early 70s. I first met Don in the early 70s when I was the research engineer for the at Florida Department of Transportation.
Well, originally in the early days of Oldcastle, I got to know Don just strictly as a supplier, and that pretty rapidly turned into a very strong friendship. And he's been a great friend of mine now for, like I said, over 25 years. And he's just one of those guys that you can always count on.
I've known Don my entire adult life, and prior to that, I knew of Don Brock. Don Brock has been a mentor to me. He has made significant impacts in my life, both professionally and personally, and I'm profoundly thankful for that.
Don Brock is, to me, is the ultimate innovator and inventor.
Don is an innovator. He's an out-of-the-box thinker. He combines new ideas with emerging technologies to develop solutions for our industry.
Well, I think the three things that come to mind for me in my career have been the double barrel drum, which enabled asphalt producers to use more wrap and raz. The shuttle buggy, which enabled us to avoid segregation and produce a better mat. And then third, warm mix asphalt, which enabled us to produce asphalt at a lower temperature, which is much more environmentally friendly. And those three things have had a huge impact on the industry.
I don't believe that people will ever realize the total impact that he's made through the inventions and the development and the relationships that he's had worldwide.
Well, clearly it's genius. At the end of the day, he's one smart fella. Don is also a teacher. He has never been shy about sharing his knowledge of our industry and his insights to the solutions, again, to the problems associated with our business.
One of the things that always sticks in my mind is when you're meeting with Don and you're talking to him, all of a sudden his hand goes to his pocket, out comes a card, and he starts writing on the card.
All problems associated with our business can be solved on one of Don's 3x5 index cards.
You know, he would sit there and he'd pull a little card out of his pocket and he'd start sketching ideas out. Again, 8 of them probably just didn't work out, but there was always something that worked.
And it may be a week, maybe a month later, and what he's done, he's listened to you and he's come back with a piece of equipment to address your problem.
Anytime we have an issue, Don pulls out his index card, pulls out his mechanical pencil, and in no time has a solution.
And what he always did, I think, which is so important, is Don was always looking after your best interest. He never came across as someone who had Aztec Industries' interest at heart, which he did, but he was really focused on making you a better company. And I think that was the secret of the success that he's had at Aztec Industries. Not only the fact that he's a great innovator, but that he just cared about his customers.
I don't know of a closer friend that I have in this industry. To me, he's like a brother. I love him like a brother.
Don is an incredibly special person to me, and it's quite an honor for me to be sitting here to even talking about Don Brock.
Don is a great friend of mine and has been for 25 years. We've probably spoken almost every week for most of those 25 years.
It's one of these things that only comes around maybe once in a millennium, that somebody comes down the path and makes an impact that is so great that people don't even realize they've done it. I think that is Don Brock's greatest legacy in this industry.
I was watching a movie the other day with my 2 little girls, and To Kill a Mockingbird, which has this great character, Atticus Finch, who's this thoughtful, great listener, really just wonderful person. And I look at Atticus and I say, that's the father I want to be. And when I think about Don, I said, it's the kind of man I want to be.